everybody. Welcome to Saint Misbehaving, the podcast about saints from people who are not. I am your host, Matthew Shadorn, and I am joined, as always, by my co-host and the reason that I'm always having to think about the Roman Empire, Anna Domini. Anna, how are you doing today?
I don't think I've been anyone's Roman Empire so far, so I'm thrilled.
You've been no one's Roman Empire? What does that even mean?
I don't even know where it came from, but someone was like, oh, the Roman Empire, I think about it
Somebody
all
put
the
it
time.
on Twitter.
Yeah, it was on Twitter, and then so people are like, this is my Roman Empire, and it will just be like some conspiracy theory or like a deep dive into some fan fiction.
But like, yeah, that was the thing on Twitter where like people were like, men are constantly thinking about the Roman Empire. I was like, I'm never thinking about the Roman Empire. And then I was like, oh wait, no, I have a podcast that makes me think about the Roman Empire a lot, actually.
I see.
It comes up quite a bit in my day-to-day life, or at least bi-weekly.
Now monthly, yes.
Anna, we're back.
We are back, and
Anna,
nothing has changed. Same faces, same voices, same format. New year, same us. That's the tagline.
Well, I think why mess with perfection? I mean, I think that's what most people would say. But
isn't the whole point of the podcast is that we're on a quest to discover perfection?
No, we're not after perfection. We're just trying to find out what it means to be good. And that is a long and grinding, arduous task.
I guess it's not the same as perfection.
There's the Buddhist maxim, that's like, before you're enlightened, you have to chop wood and carry water. And after you're enlightened, you still have to chop wood and carry water, That's the thing. The hard work never ends.
Good.
It's just
apparently the suffering does somehow.
It's worthwhile,
right. You're selling it. It's much more fun to listen to
suffering.
Than to make, I'm sure.
I know. I listen to it all the time. It's how I get to sleep at night. But Anna, in the intervening months, you haven't been feeling well. You're feeling better now, though, right?
I am feeling somewhat better. Yeah, I'm on a clinical trial and it seems to be working, she says, like cautiously. So, yeah I'm now more energetic than I was, but I'm still like getting out of breath doing things that you shouldn't get out of breath doing. But
right.
Less sad about it, I guess. Less hopeless.
All right. Well, that's little victories everywhere. Well, it's the same thing with our quest. It's incremental improvement.
Well, that's it. It's like better means better than yesterday, not completely healed kind of thing.
If you're better than yesterday every day, then
one day I'll get there. But over Christmas we had a family event every day for about 10 days, and they were all over the country, and I managed to do a family event every day for 10 days without dying, so or even like having a severe crash. So that's a good sign that my stamina is getting a bit closer to what it used to be.
I don't even think I could do that, frankly.
Especially not your family, Anna.
Yeah, there's that too. They sound like, I don't know, a bunch of Anna Dominis.
Only the good ones.
So Anna... Yeah. So Anna, have you done anything saintly or experienced anything miraculous since we last spoke?
Well, I mean, it has been a while. You'd think there'd be something. As I mentioned, the clinical trial, that's pretty miraculous. Like, when I was going through all the long COVID clinics, and they were like, what do you want out of this? And I'd be like, to not be fatigued all the time. And they'd be like, well...
My life back!
And they'd be like, well, we can't just wave a magic wand. Like, someone actually said that to me, and I was like, isn't that what medicine is?
What a terrible attitude to be like, well, I'd like to be better. Oh, you entitled bitch.
Pretty much.
What do you want out of medicine?
Wellness? Health? Get out of here.
Don't you know this is a money-making operation?
Well, but yeah, so I would say that getting science in me every day has had a miraculous effect on my energy levels, which is great. And also, just found out today, I got a job. So someone wants to hire this rotting bag of flesh.
That's
and it's very nice. And it's it may well be that I encounter more miracles, because the job that I got is I'm going to be an administrator for a Christian interfaith charity tackling climate change. So,
nice.
Miracles from all kinds of religions.
Yeah, and it'll take a miracle to tackle climate change.
Exactly. So maybe I can help make that happen. So it's going to be 1 day a week split into 2 half days to start with. So very gentle. I shouldn't have told you that, because you'll be like, oh great, you'll have time to do the podcast.
So now you have income and you have time to do the podcast.
Gosh.
This is great. So
anyway, yes. Good. So job and science were my miracles. And now I have a whole month to collect another one, so bought myself some time. Good luck with that. What about you?
I'd like to point out, well, I don't know, we've been off so long. Are you going to say
attending the party I threw was you being saintly? Because that would be rude.
That was rather generous of me. My time is precious. Oh, but I wanted to point out like a miraculous thing that I saw in the interim while we were off. I don't know, I forget why, but I was looking around. I was Googling around about the podcast and or something, or I got directed to some website that had a review on it.
Replacementpodcasthosts.com. Is that where you were doing your research?
I was
how to get a new best friend.
Whatever. I already got a best friend. His name is Andy. He lives in Seattle.
Ah, right. Good for you. He goes to a different school.
I don't know. I found a review that I didn't seen before.
Oh, yeah, that was really nice.
It was a really glowing review, and I sent it to you, and it was really, I can't believe you were reluctant to do the podcast after you saying how nice this review was.
I'm fairly sure I'd agreed to do it again before you sent that to me. That was just the icing
I know,
on the
but
cake.
I thought you'd be like, wow, now I really wanted this.
Oh, right.
Anyways, but this is, we got this review. It's from somebody named Evan A1.
Yeah, so shout out to you.
Yeah, shout out to you, Evan, because this is a really beautiful review, and I really appreciate it. And if people want to leave more reviews, it does really make us feel good. We're a small operation, so every little review is nice. But he said, it's the best podcast I ever came across. That's the headline. That's it right there.
Gets better from
5
that.
stars. He says, I've been a Roman Catholic for 22 years of my life now. I'm a folk Catholic with a big veneration for saints. I came across this podcast a few months ago, and I'm still listening to it whenever I can. I work a cleaning job in the morning from 4 a.m., so this is my floor mop podcast. Thanks for, we hope that we're there with you cleaning them floors. I've been there, buddy.
Hey, if we make the daily grind of getting up to clean floors at 4 a.m. better, I would like to be more people's floor cleaning.
That's right. I feel good about that. I mean, this is really nice. I mean, it makes you feel like, wow, we're like out there, like, I don't know, hopefully we're with you folks when you're doing something boring or, enjoying your day or something, or, thank you for letting us be part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to be associated with good memories, but also to be associated with the thing that makes the bad memories more bearable,
exactly.
Right?
So we hope that we're getting everybody through their floor mopping, whatever that might be.
Go on, continue, because it gets better.
But it gets long. Yeah, it's like a whole paragraph, really nice. Maybe I shouldn't read the whole thing, but
no, maybe
not.
Maybe read the second half next time, or leave them wanting more.
He says, it's a good way to start the day, learning about a great person, also in a comedic way. I even told my priest of my church that I came across this podcast where they present it in a modern, funny way, other than the traditional boring way of giving facts about saints and asking you to follow it. And he went, oh. Fair response from a member of the clergy.
Yeah, I mean, like, literally, we're teaching them priests how to do their job.
Yeah. He's like, wait, these people, we're trying to hone in on my business. When anybody tells you about a podcast, I think, oh, is a perfectly reasonable response to any podcast that anybody tells you about.
Apart
like,
from
I feel
this
like,
one, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the most you could possibly get. Like, oh, that's on, I'll check that out.
That checks out with your experience of telling people about your favorite podcasts.
About any podcast,
including
really.
on this show. Like, you have definitely told me about podcasts before. I've been like, oh. But no, it's so nice, because when you said, oh, we got a review from a Catholic, I was like, oh God, this is going to make me feel like a terrible person.
Because we've gotten some emails from some other Catholics.
Yeah.
And they were not pleasant.
So yeah, it's very forgiving and Christian of Evan to interpret this in such a kind and generous way. And we love you,
says,
Evan.
Great job, guys. Keep it up. Love from Brisbane. Thank you, Evan.
Awesome. International
Evan.
Yeah,
that's very nice. That's like, that's so sweet. Anyways, but it was just nice. It's from a little while ago, but I, for some reason, missed it before this. Normally, I'm constantly searching the internet for praise. And so this was a real pleasant surprise.
So you still haven't got a job yet, then?
No. But I'm working on it. But yeah, so that was nice. If you guys want to leave, if anybody wants to leave a review,
please
really
do. It makes our year. That made our 2023.
It really did. It was really like, maybe this whole crazy project is worth it. But yeah, let us know how we're helping you get through the day, because it's nice.
Yeah, please tell us about the horrible things you have to do while you listen to this.
Anyways, so Anna, today is January.
Today is January.
Today is January. Today is January 29th when it comes out.
Right.
We're on a monthly format now.
Yes.
So, but who's today's saint?
Today's saint is this month's saint.
Okay.
And his day is, in fact, the 5th of January. So we're giving you plenty of notice to prepare for celebrating him next year. It's a big one. You may have heard of him. Edward the Confessor.
I must confess,
you haven't.
I haven't, no.
Well, maybe...
This sounds very British. Is this person British?
He is, and he was the last, or the second last king of England before 1066.
Oh, okay.
So, like, the whole Norman conquest, could argue, was his fault,
Yeah.
sort of, but also not.
Didn't do much to stop that.
No, that was not the miracle, was not avoiding the whole conquest.
No, that
but
didn't. So he's a English king, so probably a great dude, I'm going to say.
Very humble.
Right.
Humble means...
Probably did a bunch of, like, great...
Humble beginnings.
Gentle, I think, is probably a word that we'll be using a lot to describe Edward the Confessor. Is that...
Yeah.
Is that fair? Cool.
Well, confessor actually, it doesn't mean what I think you think it means, which is someone who did loads of bad shit and just had to keep going to confession.
Yeah, like, this guy again. Oh my God, what did you were in here like 3 hours ago. What could you have possibly done? And then he goes, oh man.
Well, I am a king. I just invaded somewhere.
Yeah. It's like the atrocities really pile up, so I have to keep going.
That's the thing, like, when you're a king, I guess the good deeds can have bigger ramifications, but so can the sins.
Right.
But yeah, so he's called Edward the Confessor because he was considered saintly, but he wasn't martyred. So a confessor is that kind of saint,
I see.
Basically.
So what were his dates?
His dates were approximately 1003, and we'll get into that, until the 5th of January, 1066.
Oh, wow, we know the... Well, yeah, I guess we would know the exact date.
We know the exact date of his death, but not his birth. He is thought to have been born sometime between 1003 and 1005, because in 1005 he was recorded as a witness to 2 charters, so he had to at least have been born. But apparently notaries were much younger in those days, so you could get a 2-year-old to witness your charters.
I don't know, and so we need you to co-sign on this, toddler.
just dribble on that spot. It'll do. So, well, that's basically the first evidence of his existence. Was him witnessing the charter. But he was the 7th son of Ethelred the Unready. And
he wasn't even ready by the time the 7th one came along? I mean, come on.
I guess by that point he was Ethelred the kind of used to it by now.
Yeah, he's like, okay, this is the same old kind of business,
What? I don't understand. You keep popping them out.
You promised me the last one was the last one, and now there's a 7th one. I really am not prepared for this.
So Edward was actually his first son by his second wife, Emma of Normandy. So in fact, he had 6.
So he had first son by the second wife. Wait, but did he have daughters? First son implies
he was the 7th. Oh, that's true. He was the 7th son, so he had 6 half brothers.
Oh wait, so there's
who knows how many half sisters?
They didn't make the count.
Yeah, they never count.
Can we count the sisters up there underneath the stairs or something? I forget where we put them.
Quite. He was actually born in Islip, which, if you're a nerd who gets the train between Oxford and London, you will know that is in Oxfordshire.
Is it? I get the train between Oxford and London. I never knew that.
Well, it's between Oxford Parkway and Bicester Village.
Oh,
so
I never take
you
that
probably
train.
don't go that way.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I usually close my eyes between cities when I'm on the train. I just don't even want to think about the fact that people live outside of city. It really hurts my brain.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Gosh, I learned so much fascinating psychological quirks.
So when I'm on the train and I just look out the window and there's like just a farmhouse up on a hill somewhere, and I'm like, how? Why? Who? What?
Well, that's probably Islip.
Yeah, maybe that was Islip. I don't know. I was just...
Not every train stops there because it's
that's the thing. I'm like, but it just breaks. I don't know. Just like I don't get it. I'll never get it.
Well,
I don't know how people live that way.
They have a train station there, and they're like hundreds of years older than the whole country that you're from. So I think it's an inferiority thing.
They're older. What does that accomplish? I mean, like,
I don't know. Okay, look, it's just a common insult that we have over you guys that, like, all your old stuff is younger than
we're a
most of our newer
superpower.
stuff. Okay, well, anyway.
Just saying.
Whatever. Edward had one full brother, Alfred, and a sister, Godgifu.
Sorry, what happened there?
Presumably, when they went to the register office, either Ethelred or Emma sneezed when she was trying to say what the kid's name was.
Sorry, can't take it back. Yeah, that's. I asked you to say the name, and then you did that, and I that's just the rules.
Your word is final. Yeah,
it's final. Sorry.
Look, this 2-year-old who's witnessing this thing has already signed it, so just got to accept it. In charters, Edward was always listed behind his older half-brothers, showing that he ranked beneath them.
Sad.
So you snooze, you lose, and he snoozed and wasn't born until 6 brothers down.
That's its own fault for not being born earlier, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, during his childhood, Edward was the target of Viking raids and invasions. Sorry, England.
Wait, Edward was no, why are these Vikings? What do they got against me?
I'm only the 7th born.
Yeah, come
I'm
on.
not important.
All I ever do is co-sign documents, and then suddenly I'm the guy that the Vikings want to get.
Literally, Vikings, stop shooting the messenger.
Yeah.
During Edward's childhood, England was the target of Viking raids. It was a misleading sentence construction. That was the problem there.
All right.
During Edward's childhood, England was the target of Viking raids and invasions under Sweyn Forkbeard and his son Canute.
I want to hear more about Sweyn Forkbeard and Canute. They sound like they were fun adventurers.
Yep, they were vegetarians, pacifists, and
really
would never hurt a fly. No,
nice.
Matthew, that was me doing a bit.
Oh.
So following Sweyn's seizure of the throne, which meant he seized the throne, not that he had a seizure on it, in 1013, Emma, so Edward's mum, fled to Normandy, followed soon by Edward and Alfred, his younger brother, and then by Ethelred.
Wait a minute. So she fled.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, send the kids along later. Yeah, whatever. No rush on that. I'll just be down in Normandy.
Yeah, and then presumably Ethelred's like, hey, where's my wife gone? And follows soon after. Sweyn died in February 1014, and the leading Englishman invited Ethelred back on the condition that he would rule more justly than before.
Oh, okay. So Ethelred was the king.
Yeah.
He
ran away.
Yeah, he ran away from the Vikings. The Viking guy died, and they were like, well, you can come back and be king, but you can't be as big a dick as you were before.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Well, I guess maybe the Viking king was that bad that they were like, okay, fine, we'll let you have another stab at this.
Like, they could have literally gotten anybody at that point, right?
Well, that's true. But I mean, the hereditary side of it and the divine right and all that.
But why didn't Canute become the king?
Please, you're jumping the gun here.
Okay, sorry.
So Ethelred agreed, sending Edward back with his ambassadors, and then he died in April 1016 and was succeeded by Edward's older half-brother, Edmund Ironside. Which, by the way, if your older brother is called Edmund and you're called Edward, that really does suggest that your dad does not care that much about you.
I mean, he was had 7 kids.
Yeah, running out of ideas. So Edmund Ironside carried on the fight against Sweyn's son, Canute.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Right. I was worried about him. I was like, what happened to this kid?
What happened
little
to this
Canute?
guy? Yeah.
He's such a cute little bugger, just running around as a little cute Canute. That's what they called him.
I don't think that's what anyone called him.
Oh.
I mean, his dad was called Forkbeard, for God's sake.
Because he was a stylish guy. He had a cool beard that he probably did the braids, the double braid thing, whatever.
If he was around today, I'm sure he'd open a coffee shop.
Yeah. I'm sorry, a craft brewery.
Yeah. According to Scandinavian tradition, Edward fought alongside Edmund, but as he was only 13 at most at the time, the story is disputed.
Just like he was like the water boy, like, can I get you anything? No?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll be back here. Let me know if you need another drink.
Again, maybe the similar names cause confusion as well. Like, oh my god, Ed just killed that guy.
Maybe it was just a tougher time. At 13, you were a child soldier out on the front lines.
Down the mines or on the battlefields. Those were your only choices.
It was a hard life,
in the past. Edmund died in November 1016 and Canute became the undisputed king. So Edward then went again into exile with his brother and sister. But then, plot twist, a year later, his mum married Canute.
What
a
little
whore.
Canute?
Yeah. Okay. Well, he's king now. He's King Canute.
Right.
So,
King Canute.
But yeah, it seems like a bit of a cougar move because Ethelred was in the generation above,
Well, like, Canute killed the other son, but that wasn't her son, right? Edwin, right? God.
It just says he died. No suspicious circumstances at all. Just natural causes. In the same year, Canute had Edward's last surviving elder half-brother, Edwig, executed.
Wait, there was an Edwig?
Oh, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Edwig, Edward, and Edmund. Bloody hell. Yeah. Well, just goes to show how Ethelred was really unready because he hadn't had time to think of better names. So Edward then spent a quarter of a century in exile, mainly probably in Normandy, although there's no evidence of his location until the early 1030s. cities. So he went
okay.
underground.
I see.
He was said to have developed an intense personal piety during this period, although modern historians regard this as a product of the later medieval campaign for him to be made a saint.
Right. I was gonna say he's probably just like living it up. He's just
Well,
like
he is exiled. That's kind of hardship, I guess.
Is it? It sounds. It's probably like rich guy exile, right? It's like he's
well,
exiled.
I mean, Normandy is not like a super nice bit of France. It's not like Cannes.
I suppose that's true. I'm sure Normandy's nice.
But yeah, you can imagine, like, especially a kid in England in like 1,000 years after Jesus. Like, most people would be like, a trip to France, very exciting.
Right.
You know?
But I mean, like, if he's only known England and then he's known Normandy, Normandy's definitely a step up from England. You don't need to tell him about, like, don't tell him about the south of France. He's like, the weather here is such a step up. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine it gets any better than this. And they're like, it doesn't. Don't worry about it. This is the best that you're going to see. Do not tell him about the Mediterranean. I will murder you. He is so happy.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's how it went down.
But yeah, he was probably just like hanging out in Normandy, drinking wine,
eating cheese,
eating big legs of meat or something. I don't know. Yeah, doing like
doing princey stuff.
Exactly. He was just like a prince with no responsibilities. Anyways.
To be fair, it was a bit like, you know, when we had to go into lockdown and everyone was like, my freedoms are being taken away. And it's like, just watch Netflix. Like, it's not that bad. That's specifically aimed at the people who could just watch Netflix.
Right.
And,
I was going to say, unless you're like a medical,
nurse or,
you know, like a frontline worker.
Okay, fine.
Whose loved one is sick and you can't see them. But, you know, otherwise, yeah, it's a pretty great time, right?
Listen, nuance isn't funny.
I remember on the Oxford Facebook group, which is just a wretched hive of scum and villainy. Yeah. Somebody posted like, oh, this is great. This time that was just like people are cooking dinner and spending time with their family and not, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Like, and I was just like,
people are dying.
I just wrote, underneath it, fuck you.
Did you get kicked out?
That was deleted.
Yes,
I was banned from that group for a little bit. But I really wanted, what I was like, in retrospect, I was like, oh, I really should have shared one of those articles that was like, doctors in New York are killing themselves. And I was like,
or
just like the comment, like, yeah, it is a great time to be alive, isn't it? So he's hanging out in Normandy.
Yeah, living it up in blissful ignorance of the existence of the South. Edward appeared to have a slim prospect of acceding to the English throne during this time because his ambitious mother was more interested in supporting Harthacnut, her son with Knut. Makes more sense.
It was just one half of a Knut.
Maybe it means Knut Jr. in Danish.
Maybe. We'll never know.
But, you know, you know the concept of, like, a face only a mother could love. It's like, in this case, it's like a level of... It just makes me think, like, how confident would Edward have been in his own ruling abilities if his mum was like, no, not you.
Look, she's like, I'm backing a winning horse. She's like, look, here's the thing. You guys tried getting the throne one way through combat. I'm trying a different tack. So far, it's working, and so I think I'm going to keep on backing this horse.
By backing, never mind.
So Edward's just in France. He's just like, well, never be king, but got some money, so. You know,
and there was a really good exchange rate at that point. So
probably, yeah.
Knut died in 1035 and was succeeded by Harthacnut. Sorry, I should articulate that more because it's not Harthacnut, as you thought. It's Harthacnut, like Arthur Knut.
Oh, Arthur Knut. Okay, I see.
Harthacnut succeeded him as king of Denmark. It's unclear whether he intended to keep England as well, but he was defending his position in Denmark and therefore unable to come to England to assert his claim to the throne.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if you have Denmark, do you really need England?
Well, again, the weather, I would say marginally better over here, actually, because Denmark's a bit further north.
I suppose, but I've been to Denmark. It's a really nice place.
That's true. To be fair, I'm sure that all the things that make Denmark great now, like, you know, their socialist policies, probably weren't in place back then.
All right, whatever you want to believe.
It was therefore decided that his elder half-brother, Harold Harefoot, should act as regent. Now, in my research, I've had to go through and add the word Harefoot after Harold because there's another Harold that comes later and it gets very confusing. So I'm just going to call him Harefoot. from now on. The idea was that Hereford would act as regent while Emma held Wessex on Harthacnut's behalf.
Okay.
So in 1036, Edward and his brother Alfred separately came to England.
Okay.
So I guess they saw their chance, despite the fact that their mum was not supporting their claims at all. Well, I guess she was Alfred's. Yeah, she was Alfred's mum as well.
Did they run into each other in England and they were like, oh, I didn't know you were coming to... Oh, you didn't tell me that. Oh, we could have come together. Why did we get a carpool?
Again, I guess a sign of their regal lifestyle, that why take one shared boat when you could take two private boats?
Where you been? I was in the south of France. Oh, what's that like? It's all right, you know. But Mom told me not to tell you what South France is like. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this Emma is a right bitch. Alfred was captured by Godwin, Earl of Wessex.
No.
Who turned him over to Hereford. Hereford had
Wait, but wasn't his mom in charge of Wessex?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess she wasn't that in charge.
I guess not.
She was Queen Regent of Wessex, and then the Earl of Wessex was the Earl. I don't know.
Okay.
England
Anyways,
was kind of separate things in some ways.
So he's turned over to Hereford. But
yeah, so Alfred was captured by the Earl of Wessex, Godwin. He turned him over to Hereford. And Hereford had Alfred blinded by forcing red-hot pokers into his eyes to make him unsuitable for kingship. Which is like, can't rule now because you can't see.
Oh, wish you could roll, but unfortunately no eyes, so... Too bad, huh? Shame about that. Shame about your eyes.
I mean, I'd support you, but, it says here you gotta have eyes. So, too bad.
I don't make the rules. I mean, you can see it right here. Well, you can't see it, but it's written down here, I promise.
Alfred died soon after as a result of his wounds.
No.
I guess you'd lose a lot of blood.
Yeah, I think you lose a lot of everything if you get poker shot in your eyes. Like,
yeah, pretty grim.
You know, the thing is, like, if the guy doing the poker stabbing is not, like, experienced at it...
can get infected.
You're gonna get a little brain in there. I mean, you gotta know when to, like, the key to the poker stabbing, it's to know when to stop.
Apologies if you ever listen to this podcast while eating. I'm sure you won't anymore.
Yeah, sorry. But, if you're mopping a floor, you're like, this is pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a bit of brain. Like, I saw a bit of that here last week.
I hope this is, I don't know what he mopped. But anyways, this is better than what I was just mopping up. So... Who knows? I hope it is. I hope it's not that.
Yeah, especially because Evan sounds like a really nice guy. So I hope you're having to mop floors in like a school and not a place where there would be brain on the floor.
Not an abattoir.
Yeah, or a hospital. I guess. Yeah. Edward is said to have fought a successful skirmish near Southampton and then retreated back to Normandy. So I guess Alfred did keep the secret of the south of France, took it to the grave. Yeah. So in 1037, Hereford was accepted as king, and the following year he expelled Emma, who retreated to Bruges, not Normandy.
Again, just like, oh hey mom, you can crash in my place.
That's okay. No? I want to check out Belgium actually.
I heard Bruges is very nice, and in fairness it is.
Oh, is it nice? I'll come join you then. No. Normandy, not as good as Normandy for sure.
Can I just say the weather here? Not as nice as Normandy. You really lucked out with the weather in Normandy. So why don't you just hang out there? And,
perfect sweet spot. Yeah. You don't need to go any further north, west, east, or south.
Feel free to correspond with me as much or as little as you want. That too, you can just... Yeah.
But she then summoned Edward and demanded his help for Harthacnut, but he refused because he had no resources to launch an invasion, and he disclaimed any interest for himself.
So wait, so Hereford became king.
Yeah.
So now he took the country over from Harthacnut.
Yeah.
Harthacnut. So now she's trying to use Edward to get England back for her husband. Okay.
Yeah. Harthacnut, his position in Denmark now secure, was planning an invasion. But Hereford then died in 1040.
Problem solved.
And so, Harthacnut was able to cross unopposed with his mother to take the English throne.
So Harthacnut is back on the
English throne.
Is in
so
England.
He's king of England and Denmark at this point.
Great gig.
Well, you say that. But 1 year later, Harthacnut invited Edward back to England, probably as his heir, because he knew he didn't have long to live. So, ruling two countries apparently just knocks the wind out of your sails.
Yeah, I can see that.
Edward was sworn in as king alongside Harthacnut, but a diploma issued by Harthacnut in 1042 describes him as the king's brother.
The king's brother?
I guess they were half-brothers. Anyway, so following Harthacnut's death on the 8th of June 1042, very specific. It's weird that they can document exactly when people died, but not the year that they were born. Anyway.
I mean, when they die, that's the important thing, because that's when you get a new king.
Yeah, that's
you gotta
true.
go find a new king.
Whereas I guess you don't accede until quite a bit after you're born. So following Harthacnut's death, Godwin, who'd been the Earl of Wessex and was apparently the most powerful of the English earls, supported Edward, who succeeded to the throne. So finally, at the age of maybe up to 40, he got there.
Good for him. He's doing better than King Charles. Took him 70-some years to get to that throne.
In terms of, I don't know what the life expectancy would have been in those times, so maybe relatively he's also like 78, you know.
I mean, he lived to be 60-some, so... You know, pretty good.
So, the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle describes the popularity he enjoyed at his accession as, before he, brackets, Harthacnut, was buried, all the people chose Edward as king in London, which, fairly sure that's not how monarchy works, but there we go.
Isn't it kind of how monarchy works? It's like, people don't agree you're the king, then you're not the king anymore?
Yeah, but it's only, like certain people.
I guess so.
Edward was crowned at Winchester Cathedral, the royal seat of the West Saxons, on Easter Sunday, 3rd of April 1043. So, Edward complained that his mother had done less for him than he wanted before he became king, and also afterwards, which I think is a fair assessment.
Which, I mean, like, wait, so Emma wasn't even on board once he was the king? Like,
sounds like it, yeah.
Like, she's the mother of the king. Like, she can't be like, yeah, I'm with you now, son. I was always behind.
Classic hard-to-please parent, you know? It's like, what do you want from me? I'm now the king. It's like, but I actually wanted you to be a doctor, so you let me down.
Because she could have been like, oh, I've been working behind the scenes, making sure that you became the king. All right.
She could have just said that.
Yeah.
Like,
how's he to know?
Yeah. He doesn't even know there's a south of France. He's a moron.
Maybe that's why he was really angry with his mom. He's like, yeah, when I became king,
someone told me about the Mediterranean.
Somebody explained to me about the south of France. And, well, Mother, I am very disappointed in you.
It's the medieval version of finding out that Father Christmas doesn't exist. Although the opposite, I guess.
Yeah,
like...
I mean, we've all had that horrible revelation as a child that the south of France exists. And it's like, but we're not living there?
And instead we're living somewhere worse than Normandy, apparently. So, in November 1043, Edward rode to Winchester with his 3 leading earls to deprive Emma of her property. Possibly because she was holding on to treasure which rightfully was supposed to belong to the king.
Treasure.
So she was really not helping her case there at all. She's just like, I will not cooperate.
So she's like, no, I had this old treasure. I brought this treasure with me. This is my treasure.
I actually found this with a map. This is not king treasure. Yeah. This is pirate treasure. Totally different.
You didn't know this, Edward, because you've been spending a lot of time in the north of France, despite my many invitations for you to come and visit me in Bruges. But I am quite the detectorist, and I found this out in a field one day. So this is all technically my treasure. So I don't know why you're even here, and I don't know why you brought 3 earls. That's really weird.
Especially
you need 3 earls to come and talk to your own mother. Is that what this is?
I mean, moral support, intimidation, makes sense. Emma's advisor, Stigand, was stripped of his bishopric in East Anglia.
No, not Stigand. Stigand was one of my favorite characters up to this point.
Also...
Who the fuck is Stigand? You brought Stigand up like I'm supposed to know Stigand. Oh, not Stigand.
Yeah, I don't know why that's there, but...
Loyal bishop to the queen, Stigand?
Yeah, I like the phrase stripped of his bishopric. It's like the most humiliating thing you can do to
it's
a
like
man.
It's like when you lose rank in the army and they rip the rank off, but instead they just, I don't know, rip your hat apart and then break their scepter over their knee.
No, they just squish the point so it's not a pointy hat anymore.
Yeah.
It's just that you don't have the dignity of a bishop anymore. However, so again, this is a really pointless whole sentence about Stigand, because the next sentence is, however, both were soon restored to favour. So maybe she gave the treasure back and it was all fine.
She's like, this has all been a big misunderstanding. Of course, I was just holding this treasure for you. I know you've been busy, so I was just like, I have this treasure, and I'm just like, ask anybody, ask Stigand. I was about to go and visit you next weekend and bring all the treasure with me. I was just like getting around to it, but I know you were like so busy with like the coronation and getting like learning everybody's name in the court and everything. And I was just like, I'm just not going to bother him with this treasure. I'll just hold on to it for him. And that's what I was doing. And I'm sorry that you felt like you had to come down here with your Earl friends, nice guys. I hope you had like a lovely trip. They seem very nice guys. But yeah, so sorry about that. So here's your treasure. So we're all good then? Huh?
I think we're learning a lot about your relationship with your mum.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, well, let's move on.
Anyway.
So, Edward's position when he came to the throne was weak.
Oh, I would have thought his position would have been sitting.
Very nice. Effective rule required keeping on good terms with his 3 leading earls. So maybe that's why he took them on a road trip to take his treasure back.
Hey, come on! Remember we had that fun road trip to go see my mom? That was fun, right?
Will you back me on this treatise now?
Yeah, come on! I can stay the king then, right? Come on.
So in 1043, so the same year he was crowned, Godwin's eldest son Sweyn, different Sweyn to the first one, was appointed to an earldom in the southwest Midlands, and on the 23rd of January 1045, Edward married Godwin's daughter Edith. So a political alliance / marriage. It's very Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
this.
Sounds nice. She was nice, Edith. Sounds like a nice lady. We know anything about Edith?
Do we find out anything about her? A little bit. Somewhat.
Okay. Well, I look forward to hearing more about this rich character of Edith.
Yeah, it's not, there's not much of a character arc here, I'm going to be honest. But I mean, she must have impressed Edward, because soon afterwards, her brother Harold and her Danish cousin Beorn were also given earldoms in southern England.
Oh, that's nice.
That meant that Godwin and his family now ruled subordinately all of southern England.
Oh.
So the Godwin really was the Game of Thrones playing character, really, marrying off his daughter and all his kids.
Got a pretty good deal out of that. He doesn't have to be king. He's just got a bunch of stuff that he gets to run. He doesn't have to worry about
without the weight of the crown.
Headache of being the king. Yeah.
However, a year later, from when 2 years later, in 1047, Sweyn was banished for abducting the Abbess of Leominster. So turns out, even if your dad is the most powerful earl in England, you can't just kidnap nuns. It's just frowned upon.
It's like, Sweyn, I wish I could let this go, but I mean, the Abbess?
I mean, you could have had any of the other. You could have had a junior nun, sure, but not the Abbess.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of nuns in that abbey. You could have just, if you just don't, I could have like, maybe taken a blind eye to like just a rank and file nun, but the Abbess, like, oh, I can't. Sorry, exile. But you know what's a great place to be exiled is Normandy. I'm telling you, it is amazing. You like the weather here, you're gonna love Normandy.
Good points.
So Sweyn gets exiled, and then was Godwin upset about this?
Well, in 1049, Sweyn returned to try and regain his earldom, but this was said to have been opposed by Harold and Beorn, so his own brothers. So presumably Godwin was like, we'll let it go. I've got enough sons. We can just forget about that one.
Well, I think Harold and Bjorn probably got Sweyn's earldoms.
Correct.
They split that up between themselves, and they're just like, we really wish you could come back. We do, but...
No, it would have been like, I'm sorry, Sweyn, but as your brother, I just cannot accept Abbess kidnap. That is just, like, you have sullied the family name with that, and are you sure this isn't about the fact that you've now got all my lands? No, it's a principle issue.
It's a matter of principle. It's totally unrelated, it's just a principled stand that we're taking.
So Sweyn responded reasonably. He murdered Bjorn and again went into exile. So he's like, fine, I'll do more crimes and I'll go back to Normandy.
All right. Counterpoint, what if I murder Bjorn and take his properties, and you have the same amount of properties? You can
still keep yours,
Yeah, Harold, you got your same properties, and then I just have Bjorn's properties, and that works out well, I think, for everybody, right?
Well,
well, I've already murdered Bjorn, so...
Yeah, so Edward's nephew Ralph was given Bjorn's earldom, and the following year... Yeah, it's a really interesting variety of names, this one. Everything from Godfigu to Ralph.
Yeah.
But the following year, Godwin secured Sweyn's reinstatement. Again, Godwin is too powerful at this point. If he can overrule, like, exiles that come as the result of murder.
Godwin's like, I can have 2 sons, but no fewer than 2.
Yeah,
all right,
basically.
So if Bjorn is dead, I'm going to get Sweyn back.
And that must have been Sweyn's reasoning as well. He knew that his dad would succumb to sun math, so yeah.
You can come back, Sweyn, but I am calling you Bjorn from now on.
Yeah. In ecclesiastical appointments, Edward and his advisors tended to show bias against candidates with local connection. And when the clergy and monks of Canterbury elected a relative of Godwin as Archbishop of Canterbury in 1051, Edward rejected him and appointed his friend Robert of Jumièges, which I'm guessing is somewhere in Normandy.
Yeah. This is a great guy I know from France. You're going to love him.
You're going to love him. Robert claimed that Godwin was in illegal possession of some archiepiscopal estates. I guess that's why he didn't want Godwin's relative to be Archbishop of Canterbury. It's quite a big bishop.
Okay.
In September of that year, Edward was visited by his...
By three ghosts. Oh.
Edward was visited by his brother-in-law, Godgifu's second husband, Eustace of Boulogne. Eustace...
Okay. Who the fuck's this guy?
Well, he caused an affray. I don't know what that word means. I meant to look it up and I ran out of time. A commotion.
A commotion, yeah. That might be something like that, yeah.
It's kind of like treason.
Let's use context clues. Finish that sentence.
Well, I just googled it and it says a person of guilty of affray if he uses or threatens unlawful violence towards another. So, yeah,
okay.
That makes sense. His men caused an affray in Dover, and Edward ordered Godwin, as Earl of Kent, to punish the town's burgesses, but he took...
Wait, why does it...
It's very victim-blamey, isn't it? If, this guy Eustace comes over causing trouble, and then... Edward's like... Well,
obviously, it's the people who live there that's the problem. What the fuck is their problem? This guy comes in.
Yeah, I think this is just all in here to illustrate Edward's saintly wisdom here.
Okay.
But Godwin took their side and refused. Edward seized the opportunity to bring his overmighty earl to heel. Archbishop Robert accused Godwin of plotting to kill the king, just as he'd killed his brother Alfred, which we did forget. While the other two earls... The other two of the three leading earls supported the king and called up their vassals. Vassals?
Vassals.
Okay. Sweyn and Harold called up their own vassals, but neither side wanted a fight.
It's a vassal off.
Yeah.
I love it that neither side wanted to fight. It's like, I got all our vassals out, but I'm not really into it. Are you guys into it? No, I'm really.
I mean, maybe they got up their vassals and then they were like, this is turning out to be a lot more expensive than we originally anticipated.
Yeah. Oh, these are our vassals? Oh, man, I forgot how shit our vassals are.
Guess what they had the option of doing instead? You're going to like this.
Did they all get married?
Godwin and Sweyn each gave a son as hostage, and they were sent to Normandy.
Wait, what? Who's in Normandy now?
Normandy's just where you get exiled.
Okay, well, man, can't go anywhere in Normandy without tripping over some exiled royals.
So the Godwins' position disintegrated as their men were not willing to fight the king. Edward punished Edith for this, his wife, because of her dad's crimes, and sent her to a nunnery. So that's what we learn about Edith.
Okay, wait. So, how is this Edith's fault? I feel like he just wanted to get rid of Edith.
It's always the woman's fault. She was probably wearing something distracting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, this seems like, it's just like, I didn't really like this lady anyways. I just married her for political convenience.
Yeah, and
so
now
I'm just going to send her to a nunnery.
Yeah. Well, Archbishop Robert, in fact, urged him to get a divorce, which doesn't seem like a very Archbishop of Canterbury-ish thing to do, given that this was 500 years before.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is back when the Archbishop of Canterbury
was Catholic,
was Catholic, yeah. But I just love this, just get a divorce. He's like, isn't that against the rules of your church?
I make the rules.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Everybody gets, you're king, you get one.
Everyone gets one cardinal sin.
Like, we'll just call this one a mulligan, all right? We know you didn't really care about her. Nobody liked her.
Oh,
so
poor Edith.
Poor Edith.
So, Sweyn went on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. I guess he didn't like Normandy, and died on his way back.
I must tell people that it's very warm down here. They need to know about the weather. It's so sunny.
I have to say, as someone who has been to both Jerusalem and the south of France, there is such a thing as too warm. Godwin and his other sons returned with an army a year later and received considerable support, while the other two earls, they failed to support the king. Both sides were concerned that a civil war would leave the country open to foreign invasion. So it's like, we don't care if you guys are fighting, but we don't want any of those French scum.
Yeah, guys, who cares if who's in charge here, right? Like,
as long as there's not some frog.
Or maybe another Dane, like the Danish are they're breathing down our neck.
Probably more likely. The king was furious, but he was forced to give way and restore Godwin and Harold to their earldoms, while Robert, the Archbishop of Canterbury, and other Frenchmen fled, fearing Godwin's vengeance. Edith was then restored as queen, and Stigand, who had acted as an intermediary between the two sides of the crisis. Oh, he's come back! I forgot about Stigand.
Yay! Stigand's back.
Stigand.
I like that whenever Stigand walks into a hall, they're like, it's Stigand! Stigand's back!
Stigand was appointed Archbishop of Canterbury in Robert's place.
Okay.
This caused big controversy in the church because he retained his existing bishopric of Winchester, and this plural bishopric situation caused a dispute with the Pope. We thought we were like Team Stigand, and now it's just like, nah, he's just put a spanner in the works.
Stigand seems like a victim of circumstance. Where can I just, like, when is this guy gonna do anything even remotely saintly? Like, this is not even, like, we're a saint podcast, and there has not been a single fucking thing that is even remotely religious, except for the appointment of a few bishops.
When he was in exile, he was pious,
so you
apparently.
Say. So they say. Anyways.
Well,
right,
okay, well, how about this?
Right.
In the 1050s, Edward pursued an aggressive and generally successful policy in dealing with Scotland and Wales. Happy now?
That doesn't sound good.
In 1053, Edward ordered the assassination of the South Welsh prince in reprisal for a raid on England, and Rhys, the prince, his head was delivered to Edward. So does that answer your question?
All right, that's great. Yeah, I mean, that's a classic saint move, assassinations and collecting of body parts.
Yeah,
that's great.
Well, I mean, we're not onto relics yet, but
the relics are usually the saints, not like this is my relic collection.
These are all my adversaries.
Does he have, like, mounted on a wall, like a bunch of heads?
Like deer heads.
Yeah.
Probably. Who knows? They would have rotted away by now.
Bunch of taxidermied royalty, I have this one posing with his hands up, so he looks really fierce.
They wouldn't have really been trophies, because he didn't actually kill them. He just got someone else.
Whatever.
Barely count.
Yeah, it's like saying Obama never killed anybody. It was just all those drones. What was he supposed to do?
Well, I'm saying you can take the guilt, but not the credit.
Right. Anyway,
until the mid-1050s, Edward was able to structure his earldoms so as to prevent the Godwins from becoming too dominant. But by 1057, they controlled all of England subordinately, apart from Mercia. It's not known whether Edward...
That's the worst part, is it?
I don't know. It's not known whether Edward approved of this transformation or whether he just accepted it. But from this time onwards, he seems to have begun to withdraw from active politics, devoting himself to...
Backgammon? I don't know, what?
Hunting!
Hunting, oh, okay.
You see, I thought you'd think that I was going to say the church.
Yeah, actually, I should have thought charity work?
Yeah, no, hunting, which he pursued each day after attending church. So there you go. He still found time to go to church every day before hunting.
Love this that he's become, like, depressed. He's like, Godwin's taking it. Well, what am I supposed to do about it? I don't know. I'm just going to go hunting.
This is my emotional support dead game. In October 1065, Harold's brother, Tostig, Earl of Northumbria, was hunting with the king when his thanes in Northumbria rebelled against his rule, which they claimed was oppressive, and killed some 200 of his followers.
What oppressive? I'm not hearing any of this. I can't imagine why.
Tostig seems to have been a favourite with the king and queen, who demanded that the revolt be suppressed, but neither Harold nor anyone else was willing to fight Tostig. Edward was forced to submit to his banishment, Tostig's banishment, and the humiliation may have caused a series of strokes which led to his death.
Wait, Tostig was banished? No, wait, he was banished by Tostig.
And Edward was embarrassed by this.
Okay.
He was too weak to attend the consecration of his new church at Westminster, which had been substantially completed by the end of 1065.
What church is that?
Westminster Abbey.
Is some church in London,
you should have heard of, yeah.
Yeah, I know this one. All right, that's fine. I've been to Westminster Abbey.
Oh, well, there you go.
I did a rubbing there once.
Oh, very...
That lady was very upset. No, I did a brass rubbing.
Yeah. No, I know. It's just...
I went there.
You rubbed one out in Westminster Abbey. We get it. Just stop talking about it.
Whatever. I was just like, Winston Churchill's grave. Hello, erection. Okay, so Edward tried to put down this revolt.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah. So the humiliation may have killed him.
He died of a broken heart or humiliated heart.
Yeah. So he probably entrusted the kingdom to Harold and Edith shortly before he died on the 5th of January 1066. We say probably because obviously after he was dead there was a whole issue of succession and the Norman Conquest, etc. So on the 6th of January he was buried in Westminster Abbey and Harold was crowned on the same day. Oh. So that Harold was Harold Godwinson, who was killed in the Battle of Hastings. Oh. But yeah, that was Edward's saintly life.
Again, I
Any
don't
questions?
See it. Every question.
Okay.
What? How? What? Where? What?
Why?
Why?
Well, weirdly, Edward was the only member of the English-British royal family to have been canonised. He set the bar really high, clearly.
I was like, yes, I can see that no one else in the British royal family has ever been canonized. Yeah. That makes total sense. But the fact that this guy was canonized also makes me think, like, then why weren't the rest? Yeah. Because I don't really see
potato.
How this guy, Edward the Confessor. So does he have, I assume he doesn't have any relics because he was buried in Westminster Abbey, right?
Well, his relics are thought to still be in Westminster Abbey.
Okay. They keep a tight lock on those bones in that place.
So he was canonized in 1161, and objects connected with his reign became holy relics. The monks at Westminster Abbey claimed that Edward had asked them to look after his regalia in perpetuity for the coronation of all future English monarchs. Although the claim is likely to have been the Abbey self-promoting.
I was going to say, it sounds like they're just trying to keep themselves in a job. He said, we need to take care of this stuff, and it's very important, and we have to get paid very well for it.
Some of the regalia probably had been taken from his grave when he was reinterred, and it became accepted as fact that they were holy relics, basically, and this became the first set of hereditary coronation regalia in Europe. A crown referred to as Saint Edward's crown is first recorded as having been used for the coronation of Henry III in 1220, and it appears to be the same crown worn by Edward. Nowadays, a replica of that crown is used, so it's like a half relic now. But yeah, no stories of like random bones and things.
Oh, was the old crown lost, or do they just not want to use it because it's really old and they might break it?
Yeah, so during the English Civil War, Parliament melted down the crown because Oliver Cromwell regarded it as a symbol of the detestable rule of kings.
Good for him.
Yeah. So when the monarchy was restored, they made a replica.
And they engraved "Fuck you, Oliver Cromwell" on the inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about miracles? Does he have any miracles associated with him?
He does.
All right, let's hear it. These better be fucking good because his life left a lot to be desired.
Well, as much as I hate to disappoint you, Matthew, it's not that convincing.
Oh.
We're probably not too shocked to hear that. But the belief that Edward was a saint was supported by his general reputation for religious devotion and for generosity to the poor and infirm. And that's the thing, because history is written by all the other earls and stuff, and they don't care so much about the poor. So I don't know how we know that he was good to the poor, but apparently he was, so just trust it.
The poor, they carried his name. Yeah. They were like, oh, that Edward, such a great lovely guy, man. Yeah. Once tossed me a crust of bread out of his carriage. Pretty sure he was tossing it to me. He might have just been throwing it away in general. But either way, I ate well that day. So. The
belief he was a saint was supported by the relation of a number of miracles, unspecified.
I love when it's just like so many miracles. Yeah. Oh, couldn't even just
can't even
name
think
one.
of it.
Oh, who could even? Where would you even start? Yeah. Like just a lot,
This is listed under miracles. When he was younger, he took a vow to make a pilgrimage to Rome, but then the king stuff got in the way, so he commuted the vow and was like, I'll make Westminster Abbey instead. So that was his contribution to holiness.
Was he like, how would I even get to Rome? I'm pretty sure France ends
in Paris.
The middle here. There's nothing. There's nothing between. It's not like there's some south of France. Is there? There what?
So there was a tradition that he was so pious that he never slept with his wife.
I don't know if piety is the reason for that.
No. Yeah, this is disputed again by historians, but, for the purpose of trying to demonstrate that he was a saint, I would say he was very pious. Basically, it's unlikely that this was due to voluntary abstinence as opposed to other factors in not being able to conceive.
Just not being into Edith?
Well, no, I think as a king, he probably would have, done his duty, the whole lie back and think of England phrase, but didn't produce any heirs. So that was, a positive spin on the situation, rather than blaming Edith, which is probably what many people around the time would do and say, you're barren. It's like, actually, you're very holy.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I would love to put a baby in Edith. Nothing would make me happier.
But Jesus doesn't want it.
I got a bit of a higher calling here.
And according to legend, as Edward was returning from Mass one day, he gave his ring to someone who appeared to him as a poor pilgrim, but turned out to be John the Baptist.
Wow. Lucky, like the one time you give your ring away, it's like, oh, John the Baptist, pretty good. Get a lot of points for that.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, like John the Baptist doesn't need your ring.
Yeah, lucky guess on the acts of charity. But 24 years later, 2 English pilgrims were returning from the Holy Lands and met another pilgrim who introduced himself to them as Saint John. Through them, John sent word to Edward that he was grateful for his charity. Saint John promised the pilgrims that in 6 months the king will be with John forever. The message brought joy to the royal heart, and as predicted, this indeed happened 6 months before Edward died.
So wait, so some pilgrims are coming back to England. They run into John the Baptist.
Yeah. The same tramp from before.
By the way, when you get back, can you tell the king?
I'm really grateful
thanks again
for the
that ring.
Yeah.
I'll see you in about 6 months, if you know what I mean.
Yep. Edward was like, thank God, it's nearly over.
I've been trying to fill the hole with hunting, and it really isn't working.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Sweet release of death, come and get me.
Yeah.
Swing low, sweet chariot, come and carry me home.
Oh, not impressed by the miracles?
No,
Fair
not
enough.
even a little bit. Because they're vague acts of charity from a guy who also, assassinated people.
Yeah.
Potentially meeting a fake guy.
Are you saying it wasn't really John the Baptist? Is that what you're telling me?
He's like, I lost my ring. Probably John the Baptist took it. Not wanting to have sex with his wife. Probably gave that ring to a prostitute.
Good point. Yeah.
A sex worker, rather. I don't see that any of this stuff rises to the level of decent, let alone saintly.
Well, it's our first one back. I thought I would set the bar very low for you. You've never had anyone assassinated, I assume.
Yeah, sure.
And you occasionally give money to charity. So I wanted to emphasize to you that you're doing
I occasionally give money to the unhoused people on the street, and I don't ask that they be John the Baptist.
No, but that was the point, is he didn't even know it was John the Baptist.
Didn't he? Wait, you see this guy with the halo up there? I'm going to give him my ring. I think it's going to pay off later. But anyways, I mean, it's the same thing with any saint we have that was also royalty.
Yeah.
It feels like more of a PR move than an actual, they've earned sainthood.
Yes, definitely. But then again, have you really been that impressed by any of the saints?
Some of them are very nice people.
That's
but,
true.
But,
I mean, there are lots of nice people now who are never going to be saints, and it's because they weren't there to build monasteries. There are a lot fewer saints now.
That's
and
fair.
I don't think it's because people have got worse. Case in point.
If anything, people have probably gotten better on the whole. I mean, it just seems like, well, he made Westminster Abbey, so okay, this guy can be a saint.
Basically. So you're not impressed. Fair enough. Well, based on
Anyways.
all of that, what do you think are his patronages?
Is he the patron saint of boy notaries?
No, but he should
an
be.
army of young lads in suits with stamps.
Holding clipboards.
Yeah. I'm gonna need you to sign here and sign here, mister. Thanks. That'll be 3 lollipops.
Yeah.
Boy notary.
Was that the only one?
No, I don't know. That was just, I think that just boy notary sounds like a failed comic book from the 40s. From the 40s.
Trying to inspire kids to want to go into clerical professions.
Is he the patron saint of hanging out in Normandy?
No, he's not even the patron saint of Normandy.
Being exiled to okay parts of France.
Yeah. No, weirdly, he is a patron of Sestriere in Italy.
What?
For some reason.
Did he ever go to Italy?
No. He was meant to go to Rome,
yeah,
but he didn't.
Rome. Is he the patron saint of making empty promises about going to Rome? Is he the patron saint of half canutes or full canutes?
No, but he is a patron saint of separated spouses and difficult marriages. So that could fall under that category.
You say difficult marriage?
Yeah.
Oh, because my next guess is he is a patron saint of difficult mothers.
Nope, just marriages, apparently.
I don't know. His mother seemed like a piece of work.
Yeah,
Whatever
that's
happened
true.
to her in the end? Did we get her final fate? She end up
no.
exiled again?
Probably.
All right. So, what are his patronages?
So, difficult marriages, separated spouses, Sestriere in Italy. He used to be the patron saint of England, but then,
what happened?
I guess George was just more
Then
impressive.
comes along a sexy dragon slaying knight. Say, who's this?
Giving
fella?
a ring to someone pretending to be someone else just doesn't really compare.
Yeah. What's this? He's got this cool cross as well. This is a nice flag. What's Edward got? Nothing.
He's the patron saint of kings and the English royal family.
Thank God they've
yeah,
got someone.
I'm so glad they've got someone in their corner.
Yeah, cool. It makes me feel like I sleep better at night now, knowing that like kings have someone to turn to.
Well, to be fair,
for all their spiritual
like
needs.
at least he isn't the patron of like the poor, because he wouldn't do a very good job of it, probably, would he? So if the royal family are gonna have someone in their corner, surely it's only fair that it's someone unimpressive.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, I don't know what good advice he's getting. Like if King Charles is sitting up at night and getting divine visions from, Edward the Confessor, just like, why don't you murder some Welsh guys?
Well, maybe that's why Charles had to be Prince of Wales first. Just maybe that's meant to neutralise the threat of assassinating Welsh people.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, the Welsh are people. Oh, okay. I see now.
Yep, so that's it.
What was that? The
Kings
was the last one?
And specifically the English royal family.
The English royal family. Yeah. Again, somebody who needs all the help they can get.
If anyone needs intercession and someone fighting their corner, it's the monarchy.
So, Anna, do you think that you would ever have Saint Edward Confessor intercede for you?
Well,
for any spiritual needs?
I have lots of siblings, including half siblings and full siblings, and we fight sometimes.
You got any half Canutes?
We don't have any Canute. Yeah, I have troubled relationships with lots of members of my family, so I guess I can relate to him on that level.
You'd like to exile a few.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like one of my sisters now does like quite a lot of overseas work with refugees and asylum seekers, so I guess you could call that exile. She's like self-exiled.
Right. Yeah, if only the rest of them would get the hint, right?
But I'm not really sure how helpful Edward would be unless you wanted to like do a couple of fake out invasions on somewhere and like sort of look like you're about to invade somewhere or claim a throne and then just actually retreat a bit and try again another time.
I was gonna say he seemed pretty impotent with like the family stuff, because like he'd be like, hey, come on, don't murder each other, and then they would, and he'd just be like,
fine,
whatever.
Yeah. Well, again, like part of the campaign for him to be made a saint was this idea that he wasn't actually that into power, it was just what he was born to, so he just had to, and he didn't really love being rich and in charge of everything. But
who does?
It's the classic wealthy person thing to say of money doesn't buy you happiness, right?
It's a gilded cage.
Yeah. Oh wait, I've just realised something that I would say would be something that I would respect him for. And that is when you make a promise that you really can't keep and you have to scrabble around to find a creative solution to make it up to the person that you've let down. So it's like, okay, fine, I'm not going to end up going to Rome, but here's a cathedral.
Right. Yes, I didn't make it to your party, but here's a cathedral.
Yeah, exactly.
Be like, this is a bigger burden than actually. You didn't need to do this.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that if I ever had to reinvade to get my stuff back, like if I ever had to go back to America,
you would do so on a war footing.
To seize my family's legacy, which is not, it's just like a 3-bedroom house in Florida. Yeah, I guess that'd be helpful. If I ever had to go there and wrest control of my parents' empire, which again is just half an acre with a pool in Florida.
You didn't tell me about the pool. I think some invasion is on the cards now for a pool.
We'll take them by sea. I think Edward would be helpful in that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, I guess it makes sense that he's the patron saint for the royal family, because he's like operating
pointless and useless.
On a bigger scale than us, and just like, I don't know, we're not trying to keep various earls happy so we maintain power.
So we can't relate.
Yeah, it's not very relatable, is it?
No.
Just like, yeah. So, but I can see why England kicked him out as their patron saint, in favor of a cool working class guy, a guy who kills dragons for a living,
That is work.
Yeah, he knows how to earn money, the only way he knows how, murdering dragons.
Yeah, better than assassinating Welsh people.
True, I guess. I don't know.
I haven't really done either, so...
I mean, there's a lot of Welsh people, but I'm just saying, like, there seems like there's a lot more Welsh people than dragons, so...
Like, because there's a dragon on the Welsh flag,
true.
So...
Maybe the dragons and the Welsh are in solidarity with each other, because they know that they're often targeted by
English patron saints. English
patron saints. So
that reminds me, by the way, there is one more thing you don't know about Edward the Confessor.
He's behind you right now.
So the 5th of January, the date he died, is his saint day in the Catholic Church. But in the Church of England, he's actually celebrated sometime in September, I think, which is when his relics were translated. And they have a whole week-long celebration at Westminster Abbey called Edward Tide. So doing this in January means everyone has like almost 9 months to prepare for Edwardtide. So you're welcome.
Right. That's the
date for your diary.
Put it in there. The tide rolls in September. Well, Anna, thanks for telling me the tale of this royal guy.
Not super relatable,
saint.
not super inspiring.
Yeah.
But again,
Kind of
encouraging.
guy...
If he can be made a saint, maybe you
right.
could too.
I think that I don't have the PR team behind me. I don't know, people who want to burnish the reputation of their past monarchs.
Hey, you were the one that tried to sell Oxford as the UK's comedy capital. So I would say that your levels of ambition are
You don't
comparable.
know that it's not. You can't, nobody checks that. But yeah, a guy who just didn't want to be king, didn't seem to do a great job of it, but he did build one nice building that we've all been to.
Have we? I don't think I have. Actually, no, I went to a conference there.
Yeah. Anna, thank you for telling me about this this unrelatable saint.
You're always so welcome.
And his sad royal...
dragged out existence.
Yeah. I think he was just, he should have just stayed in Normandy. I think he would have been happier there. I don't know, like he shouldn't have gotten dragged back into this whole...
Listen, the grass is always greener on the other side of the English Channel. That's the lesson,
I suppose
really.
so. But thanks again, Anna.
That's okay. Have a blessed month.
All
right, bye.